From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for February 27th, 2026. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. A federal judge said Thursday that the IRS broke the law by disclosing confidential taxpayer information approximately 42,695 times to Immigration and Customs Enforcement. U.S. District Judge Kollar-Kotelly found that the IRS had erroneously shared the taxpayer information of thousands of people with the Department of Homeland Security as part of the agency's controversial agreement to share information on immigrants for the purpose of identifying and deporting people illegally in the United States. Her finding was based off a declaration filed earlier this month by Dottie Romo, IRS's Chief Risk and Control Officer, which revealed that the IRS had provided DHS with information on 47,000 of the 1.28 million people that ICE requested, and in most of those cases gave ICE additional address information in violation of privacy rules created to protect taxpayer data. Turning to news from Minnesota. The chief federal judge for Minnesota issued a stern warning Thursday to the chief federal prosecutor for the state, as well as to Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials, warning them that they must comply with court orders or they risk criminal contempt charges. Chief Judge Patrick Schiltz, who was appointed to the bench by President George W. Bush and is seen as a conservative, took issue with an email he received February 9th from U.S. Attorney Daniel Rosen, in which the prosecutor accused the judge of overstating the extent of ICE's noncompliance with court orders arising from the Trump administration's immigration enforcement crackdown in Minnesota. His order filed Thursday was just the latest in a series of critical and sometimes scathing statements and rulings by federal judges in Minnesota and elsewhere across the country against how the Trump administration has attempted to conduct mass deportations of immigrants, often citing violations of due process and standards for humane treatment. And now this news from Pakistan. Pakistan's defense minister early Friday said that his country had run out of patience and now considers itself in an open war with neighboring Afghanistan after both sides launched strikes following what Islamabad described as an Afghan cross-border attack. In a post on X, Defense Minister Khawaja Mohammad Asif said Pakistan had hoped for peace in Afghanistan after the withdrawal of NATO forces and expected the Taliban to focus on the welfare of the Afghan people and regional stability. Instead, he alleged, the Taliban had turned Afghanistan into a colony of India, gathered militants from around the world, and begun exporting terrorism. Our patience has now run out. Now it is open war between us, he said. There has been no reaction from Afghan government officials to Asif's comments. Pakistan has frequently accused neighboring India of backing the outlawed Baloch Liberation Army and the Pakistani Taliban, allegations New Delhi denies. A school employee, this is news from Pennsylvania, a school employee in Pennsylvania was arrested after allegedly traveling to Texas to sexually assault a child under 15 years old in August of 2024. Michael Robinson, age 43, of Radnor, was wanted by Tyler police in Texas for aggravated sexual assault of a child under 15. He allegedly traveled from Pennsylvania to Texas after meeting the juvenile online. U.S. Marshals report that he sexually assaulted the victim over the course of a weekend. In December 2025, Robinson was indicted and a warrant was issued for his arrest. Through the investigation, it was learned that Robinson was employed as a paraprofessional at the Radnor Township Middle School, according to Marshals. Investigators from the Marshals Fugitive Task Force in Philadelphia and Radnor police spotted Robinson on Windermere Avenue in the township and arrested him without incident. Crimes against children are some of the most serious warrants our task force investigates. Mr. Robinson's arrest demonstrates sexual predators will always be pursued relentlessly by the Marshals Service. Robert Clark, Supervisory Deputy U.S. Marshal for the Eastern Pennsylvania Violent Crime Fugitive Task Force, said in a release. And that's the news for this hour. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.